Hey, what is up, fight fans? In today's video, we have got a lot to talk about, starting with the statement from Khamzat Chimaev, who says that he is ready to fight Islam Makhachev, and even laid out the conditions for the fight. These two already have some history, so this potential matchup isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. But what would actually happen if Chimaev and Makhachev fought at welterweight? Well, we're breaking it all down. Plus, we have got a fresh statement from Khabib Nurmagomedov that has fans talking. Plus, Conor just called out Ilia Topuria for a boxing match. And on top of that,
do UFC Rio, Charles Oliveira versus Fiziev, a luta principal dessa noite.
So, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Now, the wait is almost over. UFC 319 is going down at the United Center in Chicago. And finally, after what feels like forever, Khamzat Chimaev is stepping back into the cage. But this time, it's for gold. Now, Chimaev isn't the most active guy when it comes to media, but this time he is talking, and he's pretty loud. And honestly, fans had questions. So now, Boers is finally responding. First, he addressed rumors that he might retire after this fight. Those came from the Brazilian fighter Caio Borrello, who said that Chimaev could walk away soon. But Chimaev shut that down fast. He said it's nonsense and made it clear that he is not going anywhere. His reasoning? Money. Not legacy, not greatness, just straight up cash.
I don't know where he's heard that things, so I need money, bro. This is not enough, right? Just to go for the one title. So I hopefully, if not get some injury or some stuff, they're gonna fight for defend the belt or fight for other belt in Abu Dhabi as well.
To be honest, this surprised a lot of people. At this point in his career, it looks like Chimaev already has money, cars, and connections. I mean, what more could he want? You'd think it's all about legacy. But nope, he says he still wants to keep making money and one title shot just isn't enough. But that's not all. He also wants to drop down and take the welterweight title from Jack Della Maddalena. And after that, he plans to come back up to fight the winner of Ankalaev versus Pereira for a third belt to become champion in 3 weight classes.
If I go up and there is Ankalaev and his name, Alex Pereira, they are fighting now. Who is winning can fight for that belt as well.
Jeez, I can't wait. This win for me is going to be history. I am going out there and I'm going to shock the world once again. Like every other time, and everybody said it's impossible, not this guy. And I'm going to go out there and you're going to see the boogeyman. You're going to see him break. You're going to see him break in there. And then realize there's only one boogeyman, and that's me. In the middleweight division, there can be only one boogeyman, and that will be me.
Oh, and by the way, he also said that he's going to fight Islam Makhachev. Even if Islam wins his next fight, Chimaev says that is the fastest way to become the pound-for-pound #1.
Is there a world where you could end up fighting Islam Makhachev at 170?
We'll see who is going to be the champ there, but I don't know. It's the fastest way, if the guy wins the fight, fastest way to get the pound-for-pound.
But here's the thing though, the UFC seems to have other plans. Dana White has already said that if Mahachev wins, he is likely fighting Ilia Topuria in a super fight.
Obviously, if Islam won the title, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilia, so.
And if Topuria wins that, it could open the door for Chimaev, but I mean, come on, they're friends. That matchup sounds like a fantasy at this point. But what would happen if Khamzat Chimaev fought Islam Makhachev at welterweight? Well, let's be honest, this would break the internet, not just because of their records, skills, or even their fan bases, but because of their history. So let's rewind a bit. Back in 2021, tensions quietly started between Chimaev and Khabib's team. It all began when the Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov made a bold social media post saying that Khabib was a UFC project carefully protected by matchmakers, and that Chimaev was the real future champ. Khamzat jumped into the comments writing, "If needed, we'll smash Khabib too." Khabib, as calm as ever, responded with class. He's allowed to say what he wants. If he feels that way, let him say it. Later, Chimaev said that he was provoked. Fans were bombarding him with "Khabib would smash you." And of course, Chimaev fired back. "Nobody's smashing me, I smash everyone." He also made it clear that he had no real beef with Khabib and even said that he respected and admired him. Eventually, manager Ali Abdelaziz confirmed that Chimaev has apologized to Khabib and it was all water under the bridge. But things flared up again in 2022 at UFC 280 after Mahachev submitted Charles Oliveira. Chimaev got into a ringside scuffle with Abu Bakr Nurmagomedov, Khabib's cousin. Tensions turned physical.
I have to say, I always ask God, but He gives me always more than what I ask. Alhamdulillah. Hey, Abu Dhabi, thank you. I prayed so hard for this moment all my life. When I was kid, I prepared.
But it was quickly squashed thanks to Khabib and Kadyrov stepping in to calm things down. Now back to the main question. What happens if Chimaev and Mahachev actually fight? First, let's talk size. Chimaev stands at 6 feet 2 inches with a 75-inch reach. Mahachev is 5'10 with a 70-inch reach. Islam is big for a lightweight, but in the welterweight division, he'd be giving up a lot of size and strength. Meanwhile, Chimaev is built like a tank and he's strong even for middleweight, let alone welterweight. Now in grappling, Mahachev is elite, but not as dominant from top control as Khabib was. He tends to go for submissions more than ground and pound. Against guys like Volkanovski and Poirier, he struggled to finish early and had to push deep into the fight. Yes, he eventually submitted Dustin, but not without taking some damage. Chimaev, on the other hand, comes out like a wild animal. His pressure is insane and his wrestling is brutal. Not many people can even take him down, let alone hold him there. Islam might find it tough to control a guy that big and explosive. And in striking, advantage Chimaev. Not just because of reach, but because of raw power. Islam is technically sound and improving, but he has never faced someone with Chimaev's size and aggression on the feet. Either way, it is a dream matchup and fans would love every second of it. But still, we gotta give credit where it is due. Chimaev is talking like a real champ. Even if he doesn't follow through on every promise, right now he's doing what the top stars do, selling the fight, building the hype, and keeping the fans guessing. And honestly, we're all watching. Let's talk about Islam Makhachev, because while he's getting ready for his next big fight against Jack Della Maddalena, there is something else going on behind the scenes that fans are starting to talk about. And it came straight from the mouth of Khabib. At a recent press conference, Khabib opened up about something that we don't hear very often from fighters: the end. He said that Islam has maybe a year and a half, 2 years max, left in the sport. In his opinion, the smart move is to retire by around age 35. That is when most fighters start slipping. Not because they forget how to fight, but because the body just doesn't recover the same way. The chin doesn't hold up like it used to, and their hunger fades.
Islam, maybe my honest opinion, 1.5 to 2 years, because age is gonna be October 34. Nobody gonna be sent. When time comes, they don't ask what's your name. Of course, I finished when I was 32. I don't even begin. It was, I have this situation in my life, that's why. But when you become 35, you need to start doing this, because leave this sport for young guys. Because when you become 35 and you don't finish, somebody gonna finish you. Why? It's better to finish. Why? After 35, you're never gonna be same. Like people can talk whatever they want. When you pass your prime, you're gonna fight only for money. Like Allah give you 7 years, for example. You finish 40. And last 5 years, you was fight only for money, but they knock you out 10 times. For what? Go and work Uber driver. It's much better to be still inside the cage.
Now, whether Islam takes that advice or not is still up in the air, but one thing is for sure, he is not done yet. In fact, Mahachev has officially started his training camp for the upcoming fight against Jack Della Maddalena. Now, this is a huge test. Jack has got some heavy hands, strong pressure, and the kind of hunger that you just can't teach. But Mahachev is still at the top of his game. Slick grappling, solid striking, and a champion's mindset. So the real question is, how long can he keep that going? So we are entering what could be the final chapter of Islam Makhachev's story. And if that is true, if he's only got a couple of years left, then every fight from here on out means even more. Legacy is on the line. so is timing. Training camp has begun, the clock is ticking, and Islam knows exactly what is at stake.
Уверен, здесь никто не сделает.
Сделает. Ислам сделает.
Случайно как
Не случайно Ислам сделает.
Я тебе отвечаю, не сделает здесь.
Хорош! Ну это, больше всех хорош. Не, боршануть. 0,5.
Plus, Conor just called out Ilia Topuria for a boxing match. He made it clear he is not interested in stepping into the cage, but if Topuria wants to come over to boxing, he's ready.
Whoever these fucking UFC fighters want to come over to boxing, dangerous game. Or any of these MMA lot want to come over to boxing, if you fancy something, you can come and get it. Nasty. Bare knuckle. Anyone wants to come over from the UFC, I see a lot of people taking me here, that Ili, Itora, Lilia. I got these hands, brother. Disrespect us boxers. See if you're all getting it. Listen, I ain't stupid enough to go in the cage. I would never go in the cage. You won't catch me dead in the cage. Do you know why? Because I don't get my ass handed to me. But for them thinking they can come over and do that to us, that's a fucking liberty. It's a fucking liberty.
We've also got some breaking news. Charles Oliveira is set to return against Rafael Fiziev in a lightweight main event on October 11th in Rio de Janeiro. This will be Oliveira's first fight on home soil in over 5 years.
Fala minha família, bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Não sei que hora vocês vão estar olhando esse vídeo, mas primeiramente quero agradecer demais a Deus por mais uma oportunidade gigante que ele vem me dando. Logo em seguida, Dana White, Hunter, Shane Shelby, obrigado por ter atendido o meu pedido. Eu vou falar para todos vocês, dia 11 de outubro, no card do UFC Rio, Charles Oliveira versus Fiziev, a luta principal dessa noite. Então, galera, eu tô muito feliz por tudo isso. Conto com a energia positiva de todos vocês, que a gente esteja junto ali, né, nessa positividade para que tudo dê certo. Tô feliz demais. Alguns vão falar uma coisa, outras, mas faz muito tempo que eu não luto no Brasil, e poder voltar a lutar no Brasil para mim é muito importante. Carregar nossa bandeira gigantescamente. Conto com a energia positiva de todos vocês. Dia 11 de outubro, Charles Oliveira, Charles do Bronx. Hey.
And we'll wrap up the video with some good news. Ben Askren is now walking again and looking much better in the latest update as he continues to recover from his double lung transplant surgery.
There was multiple times where they thought I was dead. Like I was dead. That's the other side. I woke up and I decided I was a Christian. So that's crazy. I went with my wife to church for 15 years because that was part of the deal. I said, hey, I'm not a Christian, but I'll support you. And it was really weird when I woke up. I'm like, I gotta do it, you know? So that was kind of weird. Hopefully I use it to inspire people through struggle.
And that is all for today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance.